realize, because this is a wonderful, wonderful program. We're not going to put you guys through what I went through last year, where it was a full 2 days of training on this. We've got the shortened version here for 90 minutes. But what you're going to hear today and what you're going to be able to take back with you is going to help throughout this year and for next year as well to help explain what the hell is going on around here. So anyways, without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to the two people who are going to run this program. We've got Will Fisher from the AFL-CIO, and we've also got Roberta Reardon from the AFL-CIO and from the AFTRA.
SAG-AFTRA.
SAG-AFTRA. Well, you're still after me. So anyways, so they're going to handle it, and be ready because this is participation. You don't get just to sit and do nothing. You're going to get involved, and by getting involved, it's going to put it all in a perspective that will make it a lot easier for you guys to take it and work with others. Thank you.
Good, thank you very much, Dan. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. So, in a nutshell, one of the things we're going to talk about today is the fact that the economy is not like the weather. It doesn't just happen. The economy is not like the weather. It doesn't just happen. Today, our economy is one that benefits those at the top 10%. And it doesn't have to be this way. Common Sense Economics, what we're going to be doing here today with you all, was a tool developed by the AFL-CIO designed to empower working families through educating them, empowering them, and letting them know how we can work together collectively to bring about the changes that we want to see in the world. You know, on a personal note, I'm excited to be doing this training with you because I'm a dad. I'm a worker, I'm a husband, I'm a lot of things. And I'm also someone who, because of those sort of things I just ticked off, is very interested in the economy that's going to empower me to give my wife and our child the best life possible, but also an economy to where, as my little girl grows up, she goes into an economy that works for her and not one like I've had people my age who I've not necessarily had the outlook that I'm going to have it as good as the generations who came before me. So that's what I have. I'm excited to have everybody here, and now I'll turn it over to my sister Roberta Reardon to do the same.
Hi. So I'm Roberta Reardon. I am the Special Liaison for Common Sense Economics from the AFL-CIO. I was formerly the president of AFTRA and the founding co-president of SAG-AFTRA. So my career, my profession was I am an actor. But this part of my life, I'm a union activist and really happy to be doing it. Like Will, I'm here for a lot of different reasons, but one of the big reasons is my husband and I are both performers. So we've been freelance workers all our lives. And we understand what it's like, literally, to live paycheck to paycheck, job to job, and what happens when there's a stretch of time in between. And I look around in my community of actors and the community of the place where I live, which is in New York City, and I can see that more and more people are struggling to maintain a middle class or get to a middle class life that a lot of people took for granted not too long ago. And it's because of the kind of economic decisions that are constantly being made in this country that are putting working men and women further and further back. And so we're here today to talk about how we can change that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Before moving forward, I'd like for us to go over our learning objectives quickly, and then from here, we will move into some group agreements. Good to go? So, first up, we want you to be able to leave this conference and understand how we are impacted by the economy. Again, the economy is not like the weather. It doesn't just happen. We want you to have a firm grasp on why we have the economy we do and who shapes that economy. Next, we want to know how you and working families and working people collectively can come together and bring about the type of change that we're going to be talking about today and that we all know and want in our hearts. The fact that we do this through mobilizing, that it is us when we come together like Dan Duncan has us out here today, or like when we come together at our other union halls or with our community groups, that it's by working together that we make these things happen. And the last point is, there are folks, not every person in the room today, and this is a great thing, is a dues-paying member of a union. We have folks in here from community groups who work with us on campaigns, who work with us to bring about these changes that we want to see. And it's important when we go back home that we work with our sisters and brothers in the labor movement and we work with our sisters and brothers in the community. Good to go? All right, so quickly, some group agreements. I want everybody to be very careful today to think about how we listen. I personally struggle with this just like everybody else does. I don't necessarily want people to focus on listening, waiting to respond, but listen to what the stories around you. Look, we have a lot of different experiences in here, and we should always value those. On that same note, it's important that we keep an open mind. Some people, their experience may have them, has an opinion that might be different from yours, and they might be right in thinking that because of the experience they've had. Your own experience is of tremendous value, and it's important that you share that with everyone. Again, one of these that always I feel like I'm talking about myself. Step up, step back. If you are one of the first people to always want to offer an opinion, do that. But also make sure that there's room for other people to talk and go through and tell their story. Lastly, please I ask that your cell phones remain on silent. If we're all busy, if you do need to take a call or something like that, please just excuse yourself from the room. Now, I don't want to say that's the very last one because I want to ask you all, is there anything that we didn't cover, any group agreement that you would like to see up on the flip chart? All right, thank you very much. So before we turn it back over to Roberta, I do want to just let you know that as part of this Common Sense Economics Training Day, we're going to be talking about campaigns. Specifically, President Duncan and President Krause-Mays are going to be coming up front, and they're going to be talking to you about the 2015 elections, how we can use the economic issues that we are talking about here in this room today as a springboard for getting people engaged in those elections, for getting people registered to vote, and getting more and more people signed up for Common Sense Economics trainings, some of which I know are going to be hosted in your own union halls and in your own organization's offices. Wonderful. All right. If nothing else, Roberta.
Great, thank you. So I like to do it really fast around the room.
Yep.
So just your name and what organization you're here with.
Hi there, my name is Morgan Jameson. I'm here on behalf of the Virginia Young Democrats as well as the Office of Delegate Marcus Simon. Thank you for having me.
Hi, my name is Danielle Sims. I'm in the same scenario. I'm here from the Office of Delegate Herring as well as I'm from Young Democrats.
Great.
I'm Greg Guthrie, National Federation of Federal Employees.
Sarah Nelson, Association of Flight Attendants, CWA.
Lynn Carney, I'm here from Our Lady Queen of Peace Church Labor Ministry.
Ralph Cooper, NAACP, Fairfax County.
Karen Duncan, Dan Duncan's wife. That's my computer.
I'm here for the hardware.
Check my choice.
Pat Malloy, I'm a trade lawyer, but I'm here representing the Alexandria Democratic Committee. Hey, Rich.
Jessica Bowser, Fairfax County Federation of Teachers.
I'm Joe Bertoni with Fairfax County Firefighters, IAFF. Robert Gatus with the United Mine Workers.
Vance Ayers, International Union of Elevator Constructors.
Rich Trumpka, AFL-CIO.
Jimmy Demmel, International Union of Elevator Constructors.
Bob Stewart, I'm a nation volunteer and I work with Social Action Linking Together.
I'm John Horsch. I'm coordinator and founder of Social Action Linking Together, SALT.
James Coates, International Union of Painters and Allied Trades, District Council 51.
Sergio Perez, DC 51, Painters Union.
I'm Laura Bandini. I'm with Lynn from Our Lady Queen of Peace Catholic Church Labor Ministry.
I'm Kelly Burke. I'm the Vice Mayor of the Town of Leesburg.
Joyce Clement, OPEIU Local 2.
Linda Lawrence, OPEIU Local 2, and I'm employed by IBEW 26.
Roxy Mejia, International Union of Painters and Allied Trades, District Council 51.
Charles Parker with DC 51 Painters Union.
Sandra Weiss, DC 51 Painters Union.
Mike Grottman, National